Welcome, dear Rosencrantz and Guildenstern. Moreover, that we much did long to see you, the need we have to use you did provoke a hasty sending. Something have you heard of Hamlet's transformation, so call it, sith nor the exterior nor the inward man resembles what it was, what it should be more than his father's death, that have put him so much from the understanding of himself I cannot dream of. I entreat you both, that being so young days brought up with him, and sith so neighboured to his youth and haviour, that you vouchsafe your rest here in our court some little time, so by your companies to draw him unto pleasures, and gather so much from occasion as you may glean to us unknown effects, and thus that opened lies within our remedy.
Good gentleman, he has much talked of you, and sure I am to men there are not living to whom he more adheres. If it would please you to show us so much gentry and goodwill as to expend your time with us a while for the supply and profit of our home, your visitation shall receive such thanks as fits a king's remembrance.
Both your majesties might, by the sovereign power you have of us, put your dread pleasures more to command than to entreaty.
But we obey, and hereby give up ourselves in the full bent to lay our service freely at your feet to be commanded.
Thanks, Rosencrantz and gentle Guildenstern.
And thanks, Guildenstern and gentle Rosencrantz. And I beseech you instantly to visit our too much changed son. Go, take these gentlemen where Hamlet is.
Heavens make our presence and our practices pleasant and helpful to him.
Aye, amen.
The ambassadors from Norway, my good lord, are joyfully returned.
Thou still hast been the father of good news.
Have I, my lord? I assure my liege I hold my duty as I hold my soul, both to my God and to my gracious king. And I do think, or else this brain of mine hunts not the train of policy so sure as it hath used to do, that I have found the very cause of Hamlet's lunacy.
Oh, speak of that. That do I do long to hear.
I doubt it is no other but the main, his father's death and our or hasty marriage.
Well, we shall sift him.
My liege, and madam, to expostulate what majesty should be, what duty is, why day is day, night is night, and time is time, were nothing but to waste night, day, and time. Therefore, since brevity is the soul of wit, and tediousness the limbs and outward flourishes, I will be brief. Your noble son is mad. Mad call I it, for to define true madness, what is it to be nothing else but mad? But let that go.
More matter with less art.
Madam, I swear I use no art at all. That he is mad, 'tis true. 'Tis true, 'tis pity, and pity 'tis true. A foolish figure, but farewell it, for I will use no art. Mad, let us grant him then. And now it remains that we find out the cause of this effect, or rather the cause of this defect. For effect defective comes by cause. Thus it remains, and the remainder thus. Prepare. I have a daughter, have while she is mine, who in her duty and obedience mark hath given me this. Now, gather and surmise. To the celestial and my soul's idol, the most beautified Ophelia. That's an ill phrase. A vile phrase. Beautified's a vile phrase, but you shall hear more thus. In her excellent white bosom, these, etc.
Did came this from Hamlet?
Good madam, stay a while. I will be faithful. Doubt thou the stars are fire, doubt that the sun doth move, doubt truth to be a liar, but never doubt I love. O Ophelia, I am ill at these numbers. I have not the art to reckon my groans, but that I love thee best. O most best believe it. Adieu, thine evermore, whilst this machine is to him Hamlet. This in obedience hath my daughter shown me, and more above, hath his solicitings as they fell out, by time, by means and place, all given to mine heir.
But how had she received his love?
What might you think of me?
As of a man faithful and honourable.
I'll fain prove so. What might you think when I had seen this hot love on the wing as I perceived it? Or looked upon this love with idle sight? What might you think? No. I went round to work, and my young mistress thus I did bespeak. Lord Hamlet is a prince. Out of thy star, this must not be. And then I precepts gave her that she should lock herself from his resort, admit no messengers, receive no tokens. This done, she bore the fruits of my advice, and he repulsed. A short tale to make, fell into a sadness, thence to a fast, thence to a watch, thence to a lightness, thence to a weakness, and by this declension into the madness wherein now he raves, and all we mourn for.
Do you think there's this?
It may be, very likely.
Hath there been such a time? I fain know that, when I have positively said 'tis so, and it is proven otherwise.
Well, not that I know.
Take this from this, if this be otherwise. If circumstance lead me, I will find where truth is hid, though it were hid indeed within the centre.
How may we try it further?
You know, sometimes he walks 4 hours here together in the lobby.
So he does indeed.
At such a time, I loose my daughter to him. Be you and I behind an arras then. Mark the encounter. If he love her not, and be not from his reason fallen thereon, let me be no assistant for estate, but keep of farm and carters.
We will try it.
Oh, but look where sadly poor wretch comes reading.
Away, I do beseech you, both away. I'll board him presently. Oh, give me leave. How does my good Lord Hamlet?
Well, God in mercy.
Do you know me, my lord?
Excellent. Well, you are a fishmonger.
Not I, my lord.
Then I would you were so honest a man.
Honest, my lord?
Aye, sir. To be honest as this world goes is to be one man picked out of 10,000.
That's very true, my lord.
For if the sun breed maggots in a dead dog, being a god kissing carrion. Have you a daughter?
I have, my lord.
Let her not walk with the sun. Conception is a blessing, but as your daughter may conceive, friend, look to it.
What say you by that? Still harping on my daughter, yet he knew me not at first. He said I was a fishmonger. Oh, he is far gone, and yet, truly in my youth I suffered much extremity for love very near this. I'll speak to him again. What is it that you read, my lord?
Words? Words? Words!
What is the matter, my lord?
Between who?
I mean the matter that you read, my lord.
Slanders, sir. For the satirical rogue says here that old men have grey beards, that their faces are wrinkled, their eyes purging thick amber and plum tree gum, and that they have a plentiful lack of wit, together with most weak hands. All the which, sir, though I most powerfully and potently believe, yet I hold it not honesty to have it thus set down. For yourself, sir, shall grow old as I am, if, like a crab, you could go backward.
Though this be madness, yet there is method in it. Will you walk out in the air, my lord?
Into my grave.
Indeed, that is out of the air. How pregnant sometimes his replies are. A happiness that often madness hits on, which neither reason nor sanity could be so delivered of. I will leave him, and suddenly contrive the means of meeting between him and my daughter. My honourable lord, I will most humbly take my leave of you.
Cannot, sir, take from me anything that I will more willingly part withal. Except my life. Except my life. Except my life.
Fare you well, my lord.
These tedious old fools.
You go to seek the Lord Hamlet? There he is.
God save you, sir.
My honoured lord!
My most dear lord!
My excellent good friends! How dost thou, Guildenstern? Ha! Rosencrantz. Good lads, how do you both?
As the indifferent children of the earth.
Happy in that we are not over happy. On fortune's cap we are not the very button.
Nor the soles of her shoes.
Neither, my lord.
Then you live about her waist. Or in the middle of her favours.
Faith, her private
Oh.
In the secret parts of fortune. Oh, most true, she is a strumpet. What's the news?
None, my lord, but that the world has grown honest.
Then it's doomsday near. But your news is not true. Let me question more in particular. What have you, my good friends, deserved at the hands of fortune that she sends you to prison hither?
Prison, my lord.
Denmark's prison.
Oh, well then is the world one.
Goodly one, in which there are many confines, wards, and dungeons, Denmark being one of the worst.
Oh, we think not so, my lord.
Why, then 'tis none to you. For there is nothing either good or bad, but thinking makes it so. To me, it is a prison.
Well, then 'tis too narrow for your mind.
God, I could be bounded in a nutshell and count myself a king of infinite space, were it not that I have bad dreams.
Such dreams are indeed ambition. For the very substance of the ambitious is but a shadow of a dream.
The dream itself is but a shadow.
Truly, and I hold ambition of so airy and light a quality that it is but a shadow's shadow.
Then are our beggars' bodies, and our monarchs and outstretched heroes the beggars' shadows. Shall we to the court? By my fay, I cannot reason.
We wait upon
No such matter! I will not sort you with the rest of my servants, but to speak to you like an honest man, I am most dreadfully attended. But in the beaten way of friendship, what make you at Elsinore?
To visit you, my lord, no other occasion.
Well, beggar that I am, I'm even poor in thanks, but I thank you. And sure, dear friends, my thanks are too dear a halfpenny. Were you not sent for? Sit your own inclining. Is it a free visitation? Come deal justly with me. Come, they speak.
Well, what should we say, my lord?
Why, anything but to the purpose! You were sent for. There is a kind of confession in your looks which your modesties have not craft enough to colour. I know the good king and queen have sent for you.
To what end, my lord?
That you must teach me, but let me conjure you by the rights of our fellowship, by the constancy of our youth, by the obligation of our ever-preserved love, and by what more dear or better proposing to charge you withal, be even and direct with me, whether you were sent for or no.
What say you?
Nay, then I have an eye of you. If you love me, hold not off.
My lord, we were sent for.
I'll tell you why. I have of late, but wherefore I know not, lost all my mirth, forgone all custom of exercise, and indeed it goes so heavily with this disposition, that this goodly frame of the earth seems to me a sterile promontory. This most excellent canopy of the air, look you, this brave o'erhanging firmament, this majestical roof fretted with golden fire, why it appears nothing to me but a foul and pestilent congregation of vapors. What a piece of work is a man! How noble in reason, how infinite in faculties, in form and moving, how express and admirable, in action, how like an angel, in apprehension, how like a god. Beauty of the world, paragon of animals, and yet to me, what is this quintessence of dust? Man delights not me. No, nor woman neither. But by your smiling, you seem to say so.
My lord, there were no such stuff in my thoughts.
Why did you laugh then when I said man delights not me?
To think, my lord, if you delight not in man, then what lenten entertainment the players shall receive from you? We caught them on the way, and hither are they coming to offer you service.
What players are they?
Even those which you were wont to take such delight in, my lord, the tragedians of the city.
And there are the players.
Gentlemen, you are welcome to Elsinore. You are welcome, but my uncle, father, and aunt mother are deceived.
No. In what, my dear lord?
I am but mad north-northwest. When the wind is southerly, I know a hawk from a handsaw. You say right, sir, a Monday morning, 'twas then indeed.
My lord, I have news to tell you.
My lord, I have news to tell you. When Rossius was an actor in Rome.
The actors are come hither, my lord.
Bas.
Upon mine honour.
Then came each actor on his ass.
The best actors in the world, either for tragedy, comedy, history, pastoral, historical pastoral, tragical comical, historical pastoral, scene undivided, nor poem unlimited. Seneca cannot be too heavy, nor Plautus too light. For the writ of law and the liberty, they are the only men.
Oh, Jephthah, judge of Israel, what a treasure hast thou?
What a treasure had he, my lord?
Why, one fair daughter and no more, the which he loved passing well.
Still on my daughter.
But not to the right, old Jephthah.
If you will call me Jephthah, my lord, I have a daughter that I love passing well.
Nay, that follows not.
What follows then, my lord?
Why, as by lot God wot, and then, it came to pass, most like it was. The first row of the pious chancel will show you more, for look where my abridgment comes! You are welcome, masters, welcome all. Glad to see you well. Welcome, good friends. My old friend. Why, thy face is found since I saw thee last. Canst thou to beard me in Denmark? My young lady and mistress. By lady, your ladyship is nearer to heaven than when I saw thee last by the altitude of a show beam. And pray God your voice, like a piece of uncurrent gold, be not cracked within the ring. Masters, you are all welcome. We lean to it like French falconers, fly at anything we see. We'll have a speech, straight. Come, give us a taste of your quality. Come, a passionate speech.
What speech, my lord?
I heard thee speaking a speech once, but it was never acted. Or if it was not above once, for the play I remember, please not the million, 'twas caveat to the general. But it was, as I received it, an excellent play. One speech I chiefly loved. 'Twas Aeneas' tale to Dido, and thereabout of it especially, where he speaks of Priam's slaughter. If it live in your memory, begin at this line. Let me see. The rugged Pyrrhus, like the Canaan beast, 'tis not so, it begins with Pyrrhus. The rugged Pyrrhus, he whose sable arms, black as his purpose, did the night resemble, when he lay couched in the ominous horse, hath now this dread and black complexion smeared with heraldry more dismal. Head to foot now is he total gules, horridly tricked with blood of fathers, mothers, daughters, sons, baked and impasted with the parching streets that lend a tyrannous and a damned light to their lord's murder. Roasted in wrath and fire, and thus so assized with coagulate gore, with eyes like carbuncles. The hellish Pyrrhus, old grandsire Priam sings. Subtitles.
For God, my lord, well spoken, with good accent and good discretion.
Anon, he finds him. Striking too short at Greeks, his antique sword rebellious to his arm lies where it falls. Unequal matched Pyrrhus at Priam drives. In rage strikes wide, but with the whiff and wind of his fell sword, the unnerved father falls. Then, senseless Ilium, seeming to feel this blow, with flaming top stoops to his base, and with a hideous crash takes prisoner Pyrrhus' ear. For lo, his sword it was declining on the milky head of Reverend Priam seemed in the air to stick. So, as a painted tyrant Pyrrhus stood, and like a neutral to his will and matter did nothing. But, as we often see against some storm, a silence in the heavens, the rack stands still, the bold wind speechless, and the orb below as hush as death. Anon, the dreadful thunder doth rend the region. So, after Pyrrhus' pause, aroused vengeance sets him new a work. And never did the Cyclops' hammers fall on Mars' armor for to prove a term with less remorse than Pyrrhus' bleeding sword now falls on Priam. Out! Out, thou strumpet fortune! All you gods and generals sin and take away her power. Break all the spokes and fellies from her wheel, and bowl the round knave down the hill of heaven, as low as to the fiends.
Oh, this is too long.
Shut the barbers with your beard. Prithee say on, he's for a jig or a tale of bawdry, or he sleeps. Say on. Come to Hecuba.
But who had seen the mobile queen?
Mobile queen?
That's good. Mobile queen is good.
Run barefoot up and down, threatening the flames with bison room, a clout upon that head where late the diadem stood, and for a robe about her lank and all o'er team loins a blanket, in the alarm of fear caught up. Who this had seen, with tongue in venom steeped, 'gainst fortune's state would treason have pronounced. But if the gods themselves did see her then, when she saw Pyrrhus make malicious sport in mincing with his sword her husband's limbs, the instant burst of clamour that she made, unless things mortal move not at all, would have made milks the burning eyes of heaven, and passion in the gods.
Look whether he is not turned discolour, and has tears in his eyes. I prithee no more.
Well, I'll have you speak out the rest of this soon. Good my lord, will you see the fares well bestowed? Do you hear? Let them be well used, for they are the abstract and brief chronicles of the time. And after your death, you had better have a bad epitaph than burial report while you live.
My lord, I will use them according to their deserts.
Bodkin man was better. Use every man after his desert, and who shall escape whipping? Use them according to your own honour and dignity. The less they deserve, the more merit is in your bounty. Take them in.
Come, sirs.
Follow him, friend. We'll hear a play tomorrow. Just thank you, old friend. Can you play the murder of Gonzago?
Aye, my lord.
We'll have tomorrow night. You could for a neat study a speech of some 12 or 16 lines, which I would set down and insert it, could you not?
Aye, my lord.
Very well. Follow that lord, and look you, mock him not. My good friends, I'll leave you till night. You are welcome to Elsinore.
Good, my lord.
Aye, sir. Now, I am alone. What a rogue and peasant slave am I? Is it not monstrous that this player here, but in a fiction, in a dream of passion, could force his soul so to his own conceit that from her working all his visage want, tears in his eyes, distraction's aspects, a broken voice, and his whole function suiting with forms to his conceit, and all for nothing, for Hecuba. What's Hecuba to him, or he to Hecuba, that he should weep for her? What would he do had he the motive and the cue for passion that I have? You would drown the stage with tears, cleave the general ear with horrid speech, make mad the guilty and appall the free, confound the ignorant and amaze indeed the very faculties of eyes and ears. Yet I, a dull and muddy metal rascal, peep like John of Dreams, unpregnant of my court, and can say nothing, no, not for a king, upon whose property and most dear life a damned defeat was made. Am I a coward? Who calls me villain? Breaks my painted cross, plucks off my beard and blows it in my face, tweaks me by the nose and gives me the lie in the throat as deep as to the lungs. Who does me this, huh? Swoons. I should take it. For it cannot be but I am pigeon-livered, and lack gall to make oppression bitter. Or ere this, I should have fatted all the region kites with his slaves, awful, bloody, bawdy villain. Remorseless, treacherous, lecherous, kindless villain, have I done? What an ass am I. This is most brave that I, the son of a dear father murdered, prompted to my revenge by heaven and hell, must, like a whore, unpack my heart with words and fall a-cursing like a very drab scullion. Flatness. About my brains. I have heard that guilty creatures sitting at a play have by the very cunning of the scene been struck so to the soul that presently they have proclaimed their malefactions. For murder, though it have no tongue, will speak with most miraculous organ. I'll have these players play something like the murder of my father before mine uncle. I'll observe his looks, I'll tempt him to the quick. If he but blench, I know my cause. The spirit that I have seen may be the devil, and the devil hath power to assume a pleasing shape. Yea, and perhaps out of my weakness, my melancholy abuses me to damn me. I'll have grounds more relative than this. The play's the thing, wherein I'll catch the conscience of the king.